Well, hello there, friends, family, fellow countrymen, foreigners, everyone in between. How are we all doing? Welcome along to No Creek Farms. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome along for another Sunday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening live stream. Hope you are all doing really well. Scorpion's Edge is here. Scorp, my friend, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Long time no chatting. Jayhawk, good to see you, mate. Welcome along. Chinook, good morning. You're at work, but you'll be around. Nice one. Hope you're having a good day at work. I guess there's not too much disrupting air travel at the moment, which is good. Makes your job a little bit easier. You came out of the friends category, Chinook. Hey, Dylan, how you doing? Good to see you. David, hello. Nice to see you as well. Mr. Haythornthwaite, welcome in, mate. Good to have you here. Nice to catch up to you all. But briefly last night on the Oaks. Wifey's doing a late farmers market, so you are here. Nice, mate. Nice. Good to have you here. We are back on No Creek Farms and carrying on with our planting. And we've got a special little planter today. During the week, actually, it was just before last week's live stream. Friends at Custom Modding released their 2150 as a row crop ready version, and it is available in all three sizes. Now, I did have a little bit of a play around with it during the week, but there you go, there you can see it. We've gone and got ourselves the 12 row because it's 9 meters, or 9.1, but it's the same width as our planter, which is 9 meters. They've also got the 16 and the 24. I had to play around with the 24 and got down to running at about 18 frames per second with that, with the row crop. So not ideal. I didn't try the 16. But it's probably not too bad compared to the 24. 16 you might be similar to the 12, so the frame rates might not be quite so bad. But that's what we've got. We're going to give that a try out today. Now, moving forward, I've got a few other things to talk about. We'll jump over here. This field's ready to go, so we're going to plant this one first. And this is just going to be soybeans in here. We're going to use the case planter on that. And then down the bottom end of the farm, somewhere, should have, there we go. Be able to see if we go to this screen. You can see we've got the cultivator down here doing its work. So hopefully by the time we've finished planting this, we can go down there and start doing that one. And this one, we're going to do that whole soybeans, corn interrow test that we did over here. Go back and have a look. We can see that when we're looking at the crops. So we've got a section here. We've got soybeans all around the edge. Then we did alternating rows of corn and soybeans. And then this section here is corn and soybeans planted on top of each other with a very slight offset, which looks really cool when we looked at it after speeding up some time and growing. So that is the plan. So we're going to go jump in fact, let's just do it the cheats way. And on top of that, we're running the Hori farming vehicle control system again today. So we'll have that camera up and you can have a look as we explore playing here with the steering wheel. Now, if you missed out, I did share a post. Hori have released an update to the. It's an update to the their companion app, which once you've got that installed the update, and click on the steering wheel, it will run a firmware upgrade on the steering wheel, which is meant to solve the steering issue some people will have with turning the wheel 90 degrees. Or full lock to the right. It was locking off, so hopefully that's gone through and solved all that. So let's fingers crossed that has. But that's cool if they come through and get that fixed straight away. John, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Dazed, welcome along, mate. Welcome. And Yan, good to see you. Welcome along. You're my Texas buddy. Indeed you are, Scorp. Hey, Virtual Farmers in the house. Welcome along, mate. Good to see you. Big Sky Farms is here. Hello, Jacob Hines is around, and Finnish Farmer as well. Nice to see you all. Of course, our good friend Mr. FSG is hitting his big Christmas special stream this afternoon. So, or this morning, evening for wherever you are. So, looking forward to catching some of that. A little bit disappointed I can't take part just with timing, but at the same time, I also wanted to sort of stay out of it a little bit and let his community have their chance to play along with him. So let's go and get this built up. Now, that was what else I was going to say. You know, last week we couldn't open our covers. Well, I went through and unbound all the keybinds I had on my keyboard for covers, and I remember now that was the issue I had last time. There was a conflicting keybind somewhere that I'd already fixed, and so the first time we had no issue, we were using the controller, and I'd already fixed that issue. Last week we were using the steering wheel here, and I hadn't change those keybinds, so that was why it wouldn't work last week, and it had worked the week before. So it does mean, apart from not being able to actually fill up the we're not going to be able to do the liquid because I still haven't gone and organised a trailer for liquid. We are going to try and use the seed tender here to put some seed in this. We'll see how that goes. What I'll have to do is open the covers and bring everything up now. I am at the moment using... No, I don't want to do that. Ah! Still getting my hang of which one does what. So that was employer worker. We definitely don't want to be doing that. We're going to get ourselves backed up in about the right spot, and then we might just maneuver the trailer to get it in the right position. So now if we press, and I haven't rebound because I unbound the keybinds for this on the controller and the joystick as well, so I haven't got around to rebinding those up. How am I finding the Hori equipment? I've enjoyed it so far, VF. To be perfectly honest with you, I've only used it on stream. I haven't used it with recording videos or anything, but it's actually quite fun. Just to have a bit of a play around and do something a little bit different. Different for me at least. Right, let's see if we can go and get this in the right spot. I don't actually know if this is high enough. Let's see. Where the triggers are. There we go, that'll do. Good enough, close enough for me. Let's see if we just go a little bit further forward. There we go. It actually looks like it's filling in the hopper now rather than just throwing it into the top of the plastic. So that is that. We flick to the next bin. There we go, we'll get that full up. Right, done. Fold that up again. Get it parked up out here out of the way. But yeah, no, I've found it really good so far. Everything just pretty much works, and yeah, I've got no gripes, no complaints or anything like that, so it's good. Very good. Just have to get into the habit, because I'm not using it all the time, the habit of what button does what. Now, just have a look in here, because I am, like I said, going to go through and cheat just a touch. Let's build the Demcos up. I just scroll to that one. That'll be our full unit 2 liquid fertilizer. There we go. And as I did last time, we'll remove this 4,000, 5,000 litres, 6,000 litres. Let's take 7.5 grand out for fertilizer, just so we're not completely cheating. Right. That's us done. With that, let's go and start planting. This field's going to be fun to do, actually. It's going to be a fun one to do row crop on because it's so windy. Alright, coffee. Hey Strody, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Also get the hand modelling. You do, Scorp. I haven't had any requests or anything like that for photos, or hopefully no one's gone and set up an Argsy OnlyFans screenshotting my hand. If you have, I'll accept 50% commission. Right. Now, which button was it? One of these. That one there is unfold, or is that lower? Might have been the left hand side was unfold. Hey Yoss, how you doing, mate? 100% multiplayer. But it's only a one-person server, so it's actually full at the moment. Right, so that's our raise and lower. And when was power on? There you go. Oops, no, that's high worker again. Not high worker. I want to do this myself. Remember all my buttons. That one's power on. Right. Don't press the middle button. I kind of want to unbind that from hire worker because I don't actually hire workers that often. I normally use Courseplay or something. All I want to do is Put our row marker down, because that worked out really well last week when we did this. We'll get going. So we'll get into our concentrating Argsy mode now. Well, this one seems to go really well. This little 12-row planter, frame rate's 26. Not huge, but not noticeably jumpy or anything like that. Not as bad as the bigger planter was. So I'm assuming because this one's 26, you probably find, oops, we're not quite as close to the edge of the field as we could be. The eager-eyed amongst you will notice that I didn't actually cultivate this myself. I used a little bit of easy dev to get that done as well. A little bit cheaty, but saved some time and got the tractor down in the bottom field. We can get down into there. And I was going to put soybeans in here, and I'm now planting corn. Haha. Oh well, corn it is. Do lots of soybeans down the bottom. Hey, Mr. Workbench of the Scooter variety. Scooter's Workbench is here. How you doing, dude? Good to see you. There's a 24-hour timeout option on. I didn't know there was a new 24-hour timeout version option. I did hear there was an option though, and I don't know if it's available for all creators yet, to gift free memberships. 10 free memberships a month or something like that. I'm gonna have to try that out, figure out how that works at some stage. It's pretty cool if there's that opportunity. Hurry up and order your t-shirt, VF. You can't find an OnlyFans yet, J-Hawk, but there'll be one made soon. I'll make sure I subscribe. These soft-skinned hands did some manual labour yesterday. We got 2 of our 5 fence posts put in for our next little project around our paving area. It was good. Can I leave the server so you're able to join and sell all my belongings? Absolutely, yes. You just won't find the password. Hello, FSG. How you doing, mate? Welcome along. Nice to see you. Hope you're well fed and lubricated in advance of your upcoming live stream. It's going to be epic. Saying before, it's you can achieve even half of your goal of 1,000 viewers at the start. That'll be awesome. But the way you put it, the way you shape that, the fact that you get 1,000 viewers in the first hour of your contractor series normally, each and every one of them can hang on and watch during the live stream, that'll be awesome. But you've got a pretty cool crew lined up for that. They seem all very eager and enthusiastic, so it's going to be really fun to tune in and catch some of it. I know that one we did on... No, you did the one on Valley Spring. What was the map we did? Was it Meadow Grove? I remember now, it wasn't Meadow Grove. Anyhow, the one we did it on was pretty fun too. Now, I'm using my feet for this. I should actually have that throttled up and then we can run with that one. So other than a realism mishik, what's the benefit of row crop ready? That is literally about it, J-Hawk. There's really no other benefit apart from just looking more realistic when they grow. So that's the only reason I'm doing it. And I'm playing around with it. Now, if you type in !RCR for row crop ready into chat, you should get a Nightbot command that pops back with a link to my website where I'm setting up a little list of row crop ready equipment. So if anyone's looking to do it themselves, it makes it easier to find, because obviously all the stuff that I've found has come from different corners of the interweb. I thought, let's make it easier for people to go in and find that stuff. All links back to the original creators, modders, what have you. So I'm not trying to steal anyone's thunder. It's more just a list of this is what there is, this is what I've been using, this is what I've played with and seems to work. Go and check it out. Chinook, 23 months, mate. Almost 2 years. That's crazy. Crazy, I say. Currently watching on your phone making mac and cheese. Nice one. So I can run the stream past the start. Run my stream past the start. Consider me the entree, the warm-up. You know, some people when they go out for dinner, they actually only order an entree. Well, I might be all you need, but for today, we want to ship you off from CFSG too. Alright, there we are. That is just about our first headland pass. Like I said, this field is going to be fun. Exactly how it works out, I have no idea. But we'll make it work. Phone's making food. That's a very clever food, isn't it? It's a very clever phone. 26 months, yeah, and thank you very much for being around for that long. Right, let's just slow that sucker back down a little bit. Gonna get to here. And now I need to remember, is it that one? There we go, our lift up. Let's do a big UE. Whack our row marker through a fence post, no doubt. Bonk. Yep. Now, this is where the magic works with these things. This is what I found really fun last week. Was if I get around here. Now we're in a good spot. About right. Drop that back down. Come back around. Let's see if we can do this all in cab and follow that ridge marker. Use our little hand throttle. Get it up to speed. I'm going. AI is getting good. So good. This feels pretty bumpy, so the ridge marker was jumping on and out of the ground. We don't have a perfectly continuous line. But if we just stop there, let's take a look behind us. Are we lined up? It's pretty impressive really, isn't it? It's pretty straight. Hard to see the roads back there, but it's going to work out pretty cool. Right, let's carry on. Not a salad. RCR, exclamation mark, RCR. Like Joker, Jay's one though. There you go. Check out our curated list of row crop ready maps and planters. It's a bit of an effort to concentrate, but tell you what, the steering wheel is even easier than if I was using a controller, in my opinion. When you get into spots like this, which will be fun. So let's just slow ourselves down just a touch. Gonna have to pull a very tight little turn there. That wasn't even probably as tight as I could have been. So no doubt there'll be a section in there that we didn't get right and tight. I'd love to know if this field was a real, well, it is a real field in real life, but if this was a, if you were planting into a tight corner like that, I'm assuming there'd be bits you'd miss. Or would you drive into it, lift the planter, spin out and around? I don't know. Pretty much everything we have here in New Zealand, well, where we farm, is Rectilinear. Lots of right angles, lots of parallel fences. Very few awkward shaped fields. That's not really an issue. What mod do I use to adjust my field of view? I don't adjust my field of view using mod, but I'd just go into camera and set it in there. If you want to change something, that's just using the key commands, or if you have easy dev, you can go into there and do one of these ones. Oh no, that first one, set your field of view. But I'm pretty sure mine's just set to default in cab here, unless I changed it in the default settings. I can't remember, but there you go. So like I said, missed a little bit there, a little skinny bit there, a little bit on those couple of corners, but we're getting there. You try more first person, but I just can't get it right with a combine. It's a tough one. First person is a tough one. Like, for me, at the moment, I'm finding this incredibly dark. I don't know about you guys from a viewing perspective, but there almost needs to be more kind of ambient light in the cab. Like, you should be able to see some detail up in the roof and things like that. I don't have any tints on these windows. I made sure when I leased this tractor not to put any on. Hey, no worries, Joe. No worries. A shout out there from Chillink for the Discord, of course. If you're not a member, jump in there and join. We've got the multiplayer server where well, the community's got to 2/3 of our $100 million target on Midwest Horizons. So just on $65 million, which is amazing. Certainly the money's racking up now that we've got more fields and things like that. So we're starting to make some plans on Discord about what our next map might be and our next challenge. Floating the idea of a farm versus farm challenge. So if we can get enough people interested in that, we might find a map where we can set up a couple of farms and set some goals or some challenges between them. See where we can go. Could be a bit of fun. Do we still have a menu? You do still have a menu. I haven't actually done much to refresh those. There's an exclamation mark FSG as well. Score. There's an FBC for the farmers. I was looking at them actually when I set up the one for the RCR. What we had in there. Hey Olaf, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome along. You've really done in cab until you had to drive on the Oaks roads. Tell me about it. It's about the only way you can drive on the Oaks, which is kind of cool. It adds to it. Adds to the realism. Now the other thing I wanted to do, and this field's not the best to do it in, but to test this all out was, and this is where we're going to lose our, going to require some guesswork because the ridge marker was out of the ground at this point. See how we're doing. Not too bad. Playing that. Right, slow down because we're going to go across our rows again. Sorry, lost my train of thought then. Ripped around here now. We're going to have to watch what we're going to do now for some of these bits which are moving towards these edges. Right. What am I going to do? I got an outlet. I might go and outline them now. Leave that and run around each of these little islands. This Magnum sounds great. This is a serious modding one, but if you download it from its itch page, it gets realistic sounds rather than the base game sounds. Sounds really good. Tim Maslin, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Welcome along. Hey Pip, how you doing? Morning from yesterday. How's yesterday treating you? My troubles seem so far away from yesterday. Wifey's keeping you busy. That's what they're there for, isn't it? Scorp? YouTube now also has a users chat activity, does it? Obviously only moderators can see that, but is that so you can see what people have been writing and you can get a trend for if someone is being continuously offensive? That's interesting. Beats the alternative. Certainly does, Tim. Certainly does. Your break. Is it a sanctioned break, Scott? You're not going to get in trouble. Do we have to give you a reminder when your time's up, break's over? By my calculations, you've got at least another hour and a half. Bachelorhood quiet times. Yesterday's very good so far. Hope tomorrow's good for you. Tomorrow has dawned with some sunny blue skies, so not going to complain at the moment. Yep. Hey Lindy, how you doing? To see you, welcome along. Right, let's have a look. We're going to have to do a bit of an overlap here, which is just fine by me because it looks awesome. We are going to put a ridge marker through our already planted field though. That's alright. Maybe I should have outlined these first, but here we go. Makes you think a little bit more about how you plant a field doing this as well, rather than just blanketly planting across on top of whatever you've done. Spying on you. Yeah, keep an eye on Jayhawk. Can see that. I'm going to have a look at some of these things. Hey, Simulation Station, how you doing? Row crop breeding stuff's fun. I'm really enjoying it. Particularly with the whole wheel and joystick setup, the vehicle control system here. It's making it quite enjoyable. It does require me to concentrate a little bit more on what I'm doing. I can't just drive and not worry about overlapping and alignment and things like that, but yeah, it's good. Good fun. And it looks great once it's finished. I was saying before, so we're running 20 frames per second, so that's probably the lower limit of what I want to be with this, and I'm just going to put that bridge marker up because I can see you don't need that down at the second. That's pretty much the lower limit of what I'd want to be at. I did use the bigger version of this, the 24 row. I tested that out to see what it was like, and that was very laggy. 16 row of this planter I haven't tried out, so I'm not sure what that's going to be like just yet, but probably not too bad. Kind of a good middle ground between the two, but I figured because this pretty much matches the width of our John Deere planter, it'd be a good combination. Right, let's just get slowed down here. Hey, NM Welder, how you doing? Haven't had you around for a wee while. Hope you're doing good, mate. All recovered from your injuries, I hope. Right, let's get around the corner here. Lift that up, we'll go and do another one. So do you use the gas pedal like a car or using the joystick like a proper tractor throttle? So you can use both, Pep. So at the moment I'm using the throttle body here, the sort of forward back shuttle type system, which is really handy because then I can just set the speed or set the throttle and go. When you're using a piece of equipment, you go like this, which only runs at a maximum of 9 miles per hour, you have very little speed control. Said a couple of times, it'll probably work really well if you were running a manual gearbox and you could sort of set it into a range that limited the speed as well. So if I was in, I don't know, B4 or something, and the maximum speed of B4 was 9 miles per hour, then you'd have more control, I think, in that. But when you're in a field, it seems to be a good option, just sort of a backward type solution. When I'm on the road or driving between fields or something like that, I'd probably tend to use the foot pedal more. Yeah, sort of on and off, and depending what you're driving, if you're in a truck or something, makes it handy. But yeah, it's good. Am I using the Hori more than the Thrustmaster stuff? I have so far, Tim. I have so far. I found the Hori easier just for me to set up and put on the desk really quickly and plug and play sort of stuff, but I do need to give the Thrustmaster joystick more of a go, and the wheel and everything for that. So, like, while there's heaps of buttons here on the wheel, I'm finding the only ones I'm actually really using is the orbit one just there, so I can put my row marker down for this one, so that's going to be interesting. To be fair, the modern planter seeders know where you've planted and stopped planting. They do, yeah. So that's where like using the Proceed mod would be pretty cool, where you can switch sections on and off as you go across them. Would be pretty cool. You only live about 4 hours south of No Creek in Missouri. Nice, Lindy. Nice. Someone was asking the other day where it was based, and I couldn't quite remember. I knew I've located it on Google Earth, but I couldn't remember exactly which state it was in. There we go. Am I adjusting well to the wheel? It felt like it took me a long time to adjust when you switched over. I'm getting there, simulation. I still use the controller 9 times out of 10. This isn't my go-to, mainly because it's annoying having it set up on the desk. You want to switch between doing some editing or something like that. So I take the time to set it up here for during the live streams. But when I'm just, have my desk set up, it's easier not to have it here in the way. It's also allowed me to sort of adjust slowly to getting used to it, but also stay familiar with the controller too. Do column planters exist? They do. Could be your next mod, Yos. XL planter, it goes in rows and columns. To be honest, I've watched and listened to every stream in the background and haven't actually picked on what the row crop ready stuff is. The row crop ready strody. It's planting each row individually. If you have a look, we stop. If you zoom, we get down low. See how those are all individual rows, and we still have soil, basically the cultivated field texture in between. It's actually each row unit on the planter is basically its own little planter. When you get to a corner, we look back, see how, hard to see there, but on the right hand side you can sort of see where we followed the edge of the field. Oh, it's actually a curved line. The crops will grow in that curved line rather than just going from 0 to 45 degree increments or whatever degree of multi-terrain angle you have on the map. And it also means where you overlap, it'll overlap. So what we did in the last stream, what we're going to do a little bit later, is there's actually enough resolution to be able to plant, let's say, corn, and then if I offset my GPS, if I were driving on a field that had GPS, if I offset the GPS, I can actually plant another crop in between. So we can have soybeans and corn in the same field growing together. We're going to do that down the back as a little bit of a test on a bigger scale, just to see how it goes. It's very cool. It's a cool idea, how it all comes together. Hey Bear, how you doing, mate? Good to see you, my friend. 27 months. All the old school OG members popping in today. Great to have you all around. Great to have everyone around. Back in the full swing of work, had a number of breakdowns this year, but made it to the end. Good to hear. Thinking after your current project is finished, you're going to buy the Hori. I look of it, and the reviews have been really good. Yeah, so the only issue they had was people were having issues with the steering sticking when you turned fully to the right. But that seems to have been fixed for a firmware update, which got pushed out yesterday. I've shared that on a community post on YouTube. I've also put it on Discord and Facebook. So I'm going to find out what to do with that. But basically, you just have to download the latest version of their companion app, and that will run a firmware update for you. It's really simple, actually. I've done a good job of making that pretty user-friendly. It detected it all itself. Just clicked on the steering wheel and icon, and yeah, it just detected everything itself. It's very cool. Does the steering wheel work like a tractor gear shifter, like with the A, B, C, D and the throttle and gears? It can do. Depends how the mod's set up, I think, with the gears. The tractors have different ways it's set up. This one looks like down in the bottom right corner it's just 7, 8, 9. I don't know how many gears it'll go up through. It doesn't look like it has a range like some would. But I do know some of the other tractors do have that sort of A, B, C, D. So on the side of the little throttle lever down here that I'm using on my right hand, there is some buttons on the side which you could map to be your range and of course your your gears. So right, there you go. That's everything all outlined. I need to now try and decipher how we're going to plant this. I reckon we'll go around that one once more, then we'll fill in that, but we're just going to have to go for it. Let's just go for it. This is the fun part, like, you actually have to think how we plant this field. Best way to plant this. Requires even more concentration than previous. Hey Tanker, how you doing? G'day from Otago, New Zealand. Welcome to you from the deep south. Tuning in here to someone in the Manawatu. Good to have you here, mate. Chillicothe, Missouri. There you go. If anyone's looking for No Creek Farms, let's see if you can find it. Chillicothe, Missouri is one of the nearest little towns. Thank you, Lindy. Like here, when this bit grows, we'll get rows growing over top of rows because I'm kind of having to plant through to fill that gap. Like point through that little swale bit there. That's alright. Get through it. Need a little cart that you can move in and out. That's what I have at your farm with them. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Just, yeah. There's something else to look at. Ideally, Scooter, in the future, some stage, I'm going to move all of this out to our shed and set up a sort of gaming zone, man cave, gaming cave, everything like that. And then I'd have more room than what I've got here. And I can still leave a setup with my laptop or something inside that I can use for when I'm working from home. That's the only other thing I use this computer when I work from home as well. My work PC. So. Right. Come down here. Spin around. We'll go up and do the little bit up in front of us. Hey Thomas, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Gosh, one of the boys is out there sneezing up a storm. Hay fever or hay fever. Sneezing? Allergies? Carry on. Good to see you, Thomas. You good, mate? Looks pretty cool. It does look cool, Strady, I agree. It looks even better once it's growing. I'm hoping, well, how are we doing? We've been going for 40 minutes. I'd like to think we might be able to get most of this done today, but we'll have to wait and see. Got a plan for the next field because that's the one I wanted to try and intercrop between. About running 2 planters to get that done, but I have to figure that out. If it's going to work or not. The other good thing that if you were using gears with this is when you lift up and that it wouldn't suddenly decide it wanted to go at 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is what it does at the moment. Go. I should see what I'm planting on this side. That looks right. It actually wouldn't be a bad idea to leave lime in the field. I'll leave the lime texture on because then you can actually see where you've planted really clearly. It leaves the lime down. And then you could go over and fertilise over top and get rid of the lime. 1 and 2. There should be a curved row just here in front of us. There we go. Now, let's try and back up. There's a little bit in here just to do. Right, let's just consult the map and see where we're up to. Okay, so we'll go up on the right hand side, do that little bit, then we'll drop down the bottom, and then it'll give us some good bits elsewhere. Is the joystick part attached to the desk or just sitting loosely up on top? This part's all bolted. I can just, literally it's one piece underneath to unscrew and it comes off, so it's not hard to move it on and off. Like, it only takes me 5 minutes. It's just, I guess, a convenience thing. It's not something you'd want to be doing all the time. But it's not difficult. You must hunt Indiana. That was a fun map. It had its trials, but it was fun. Hey Captain Fozzie, how you doing? Good to see you. Have I started planning FarmCon at 24? It's in its early stages, Mark. I have booked a hotel, but that required no payment, so no real firm commitment yet. But Mrs. Argsy will tell you that I'm going because of the way I'm talking about it. How did the hipster burn his tongue? He drank his coffee before it was cool. You'll all be cool, have fun, enjoy the blessed day. Cheers, Tim, mate. Good to have you here. Take care. If I don't see you before, you have a wonderful Christmas as well, mate. Hopefully you'll be able to catch one more live stream before the end of the year. It'll be next Saturday, next weekend. Well, I've just done a horrible job planting that little section. Ooh, that's ugly. But yeah, mate, we'll look forward to catching up with you again sometime soon. Actually hit that like button, think chinook or nuke it, as the case may be. Don't nuke it too hard because I want everyone to have the chance to leave their mark. Much as I am now. Crikey. When we look at this field when it's growing, we'll just forget about this section down here, I think. I should probably be trying to plant in straight lines because it makes it easier to harvest, doesn't it? Loving the contractor series. FSG's doing a great job with that. Certainly is. Now, Bear, I just need to scroll up. This chat's just going a little bit too fast at the moment. You have yourself a great Christmas present. You're currently 124 pounds down in 9 months. Bro, you are killing it. Like, that is amazing. Like FSG said, that's a mad respect. Can you map the throttle control where it just be a positive accelerator? I don't want it to go in reverse with the throttle. You could, you just don't have reverse, you just wouldn't put reverse and map it at all. So, have a look at this. Where are we? Keybinds. Gamepad controls. Accelerate brake. So that's it there. If I delete that one. It's not going to pull that right down. It's not going backwards. So I can have it forwards or nothing. But that's, yes, that's just mapped on that one there. If I bring it back in, oh, that didn't do it. That mapped it to the same one because I didn't have that in a neutral position. There you go, so now it's set to minus. So if I go back in there, it goes backwards. So yeah, you can. Exactly what you're asking. It doesn't give you the full range of motion, like it doesn't say right, backwards is, you know, you don't have the full throw of it because it's basically 2 buttons, but yes, you can. Hey, Nuke, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Back down there. Little patch in here to fill in. Been a lot of work, but so worth it. Feels so much better. Oh, I bet you do, mate. Like, I can't imagine the work it's taken from everything I expect. The diet, exercise, just the whole 9 yards, and just the commitment to stay with it too. Yeah, it's awesome. Alright. Couple of passes in here and we'll be done. Contracted by the con man. Well, I haven't wound FSG up for ages, but he stole my idea for that map. Oh, what did we hit? Oh, we're getting beached in there. Okay. I know that this was in the 19 version of the map, this was a very rough part of the field. Yep. Alright. Oh, now I'm completely stuck. Okay. Wiggle loose. Alright, looks like we might be leaving a little patch in here that's not going to get planted. Oh. Alright. We'll avoid that bit. Go this way, and at least we'll have a visual cue when we come to harvest it to don't go through there in a combine. Right. Leave that bit out. So let's have a look just at our map. Yeah, there's that bit there. Alright, we've got a little bit there, then some big long passes. It's solidly bolted on, which is better. I hate loose things when using them like a joystick. So good, I'm thinking of getting one. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, it's very positively fixed. As long as you've got something you can clamp it on. It does have the ability to be screw fixed as well, so like permanently mounted. It's got those little mounting holes on the bottom, so you can do that. But the bottom part of the clamp, the piece that has the bolt in it, you put together, so you choose to put it on or not, and it kind of got 2 wing nuts, I think, from memory that go through it. Whoever had a friend at school who had big ears and they called them wing nut? Just out of curiosity, it just came to my mind. I had a mate who was quite wide in the air department. And yeah, that was his nickname. Wingnut. Right. How our work is going. They're getting through that field. Good. And when we get down there, it's good to go. Hope to see you again yet. Thank you, Tim. You've probably gone now. Row crop mod needs to come with built-in section control. Yep, it certainly does. Although, I gotta admit, I kind of like how it doesn't. It looks so good. And the thing people don't actually realise, people say about it being a performance hit, it's actually, well, so far, and I'll say so far in my experience, the performance hit's only when planting. It's only the game trying to render and write the information to the fruits file or whatever it is it writes it to for the rows. Otherwise, once the crops are growing and once they're doing their thing, I was having no issues hitting max frame rate 60 frames per second. It's only when it's doing what it's doing now. You can see that because I think that's 30. If we turn around, we should get some better frames when we're not looking towards the... There we go. So comfortably sitting on 40 frames. And then it'll probably plummet when I drop this down. See? Look at it chew the frames when you drop the planter down. Almost half my frames. So that's the downside to it. Obviously the engine's not designed for doing this and it's not optimized for it, but hey, who knows, Giants might see this and go, hey, that's a really cool solution to being able to do that. Can we optimize the game engine for the next version? Make that part of the game. Be cool if they did. Right, let's see if we can pick up this row through the middle, and this can be our marker. I don't think I'll come back and worry. We're not that far away from being a full width, so it's not going to mean, in fact, certainly no point coming back through and planting any of that. Welcome along, everyone. We have 40 plus viewers in here at the moment. Make sure you've dropped a like, the thumbs up button would be much appreciated as always. Your office has 2 desks made with 4 by 2 and a nice bench on top of each. Allows you to have joysticks on one and a second just for those times I work from home. That's a good idea. I've looked at ways because both of my monitors are on a bracket, so I could actually swing them out of the way. I have thought, oh, could I move this off to the side so when I'm using this setup, I just twist one of the monitors around rather than moving the setup. I'd like to have the joysticks and the keyboard side by side, and then I could just manipulate the monitors into a better position. I've thought about that. That could be one solution. Do you need a hole dug and don't have big equipment? Then call Nuclear Salmon's Excavating Services. They will blow up a hole anywhere. I went and brought some timber from my posts I was putting in yesterday, and the old guy in the timber yard was hard case. Good for a laugh. He said to me, you'll need to dig some 600 deep holes. I said, already done that, and he's like, oh, that's good because we've sold out of pre-dug holes. I said, I bet you they were popular. But only on April 1st. He had a couple of other little wisecracks. He was hard case. Good. A little bit of banter. Enjoy that when you go to somewhere like that. Get a bit of a salty old carpenter. Been around the traps. Doesn't mind having a little bit of a laugh with you. Good fun. Good value. Alright, now we've got a section in here deep down in the depths, which I think we'll go through and plant. Where was it? Am I over it now? Do this bit in the middle. I think. Have a bit behind us. Maybe a little bit. Here on's pretty good. Scorp Mercia is brought to you by Scorptainment LLC and the Twisted Mind of Scorpion's Edge. Good on you, mate. Hey, Bo, how you doing? Good morning. We have our friend Floyd hanging out with you. Hope you're there, Floyd. Happy to see you, mate. Hope you are behaving yourself in the lead up for Christmas. I'd hope for Santa not to find his way to your house. Thank you, Scorp. There's that link, RCR. So I've got a link to the website which has all the mods and maps that are row crop ready that I'm aware of and that I've used and have faith in their origins and their finishing to use. So if you're looking for any row crop ready stuff, go and check that out. All links to original creators, modders and everything like that. I'm not trying to take any glory from them, just putting them in a place where they can all be found. Argsy Gaming broadcasting live in an undisclosed location in the land of Kiwis, harvesting crops that don't include sugarcane. Playing farms are more realistic than you are. I didn't go that far. We're trying. We're trying. Alright. Last couple of rows. Three dark holes. Do you like that one, Scooter? Good laugh. Good bit of a laugh. Has Courseplay been updated to work with the row crop radio? I know when it first came out it didn't work for you. Oh, that's a good question, Bear. I was going to test it out. I was going to throw some Courseplay on in the next field, so hang around and find out. I didn't know it didn't work. Let's find out together. Right. I think along here a little bit, we'll be able to pick up on our bridge marker here and run this row in one section on the way back. That'll be us pretty much finished. Floyd says good morning. Good morning, Floyd. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Welcome along, mate. Good to have you here. Where do you find Boeing and Airbus mods for Farming Simulator 22? You need to go to the dark web for that, Yos. You find there's some Colombians, they use some code words for it, but I reckon if you go in there, pay them enough, they'll be sending you some in no time. Right there. Which overlapping ridge markers? Which one do I follow? In fact, we're going to transition and follow this one now. More realistic than you are. Hey. Nothing wrong with some scorpion power. That would be Chinook mods. Real life farming, real life gardening versus farming sim. You can mow the grass without being stung. There's nothing worse than a bee sting, is there? I'm going to get turned around before those trees that way, so we better go this way. Here we go. Right, I'll fill in the blanks up here, the blankety blank. And then we'll be just about job done. Another field finished. Imagine doing this in a series, it would have taken me, what, this is our third stream of planting. I need to get into some harvesting. I think we're going to be accelerating some time. Maybe when back in the new year we'll be able to carry on and harvest this. But I really want to get it done. Looking forward to it. Just how it looks so good. You can get a sense for it with the planted rows, but until you've actually seen a row crop ready field growing, you really can't enjoy it. Or appreciate it. A better way to describe it. Oh, I should test. I've fixed the mode setting on this. This mode zooms in and out. No orbit. Yeah, see, I've still got that issue now. I can't orbit around on that. I don't know what the deal is with that one, but a little bit frustrating. Righty-ho. Imagine a dark alley I'll hook you up with the mods. I hope that didn't come out wrong. No, not at all. Who doesn't want to meet Chinook in a dark alley? At least you didn't say in South Auckland, where you work. Just ignore that chill up your spine, yo. I've met Chinook in real life. Yos, you've got nothing to be afraid of. In fact, I've met you both in real life. You'd probably both get on really well. Twisted minds in much the same way. Alright. Oops, not that button. Let's have a look. Ah. Look at that. We'll go do this little bit down the back of the field. Or down at the start of the field, and then we're done. Just like that. Harvesting with a harvester with 2 tanks, 1 for each crop. Imagine. Now, someone remind me, oops, that's where we're wanting to be, just there. Is there a mod out for combines which you control the header height? Rather than just being up or down, you can change how far down it goes. I don't think it changes what height the stubble, or what height the crop would be cut at, because it's predefined. It's just changing the texture. That's defined by the texture files for the crop. But is there? Has anyone seen a mod? I know there's the Combine Experience one, but I don't know if that allowed for adjusting header heights. Nine out of 10 people who've met Chinook in a dark alley will never see it again. Nope, they weren't. Right, here we go, that's us done now. That button. And that button. Here we go. It's topped up with some seed before we head on down the back. Get going down that way. You can take both. Oops. Let's. You can take both planters down. In fact, we might. Well, I'm definitely going to try both planters. I reckon we're going to set up the. I'm going to set up the John Deere. Try that on Courseplay, I think. We'll keep running this sucker. Right, just going to have a look. Stop ruining your macho image. What macho image? Oops. I don't want to open. I thought there for a second I just about got it in the right spot to start off with. Come on. I thought that would have been it. Oh, there's none in the, hang on. Scratch that. I was on the wrong tank. No, still didn't hit it. See this time. Here we go. Do you need something lifted? Have a cow stuck in a well and call Chinook's chopper services and they will swoop in and give you a lift. Oh, backwards. Argsy, backwards. Alright, like any good farmer, I'll drive with my auger hanging out and manage to hit it on something. Right. Bang, crash. A full cow building, you know, they're called cow sheds, eh? Or barns, a cow building. What of England are you? You got sunburnt, Floyd. That's not good, mate. That's not good. You make sure you put sunscreen on when you're outside. We're full. Right. Now, so we'll close that up. Now, what did I put on the outside of the last field? We were soybeans around the outside, so we will, I'm just trying to think now, what are we going to do around the headlands? So we got lots of corn. Do soybeans again, I think, and then we'll run some corn. So let's head on down with this tractor. We'll have to put out the liquid fertilizer. Now we're all good. Oh, better go this way. There's a truck in the way up there. I haven't even tuned in, checked in on our cultivating tractor. See how it's going. Some wheel, I don't know if you guys can hear it, it's getting a bit squeaky. The wheel, when I say the wheel, the steering knob. Left a professional eater at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Soybeans selected. Make sure we get that right. While you're mowing the lawns. Well, at least you're out mowing the lawns. That's impressive. Teach my children. No, I lie. My oldest boy mows the lawns for us. That must be finished. Headlands. Oh, have we literally just timed it? No way. No way have we just done that. I do headlands on the lawn. Funnily enough, yes, yes I do. Got 3,000 square meters of lawn. So I do, you go around the outside. Look at that. How is that for timing? Would you believe it? Crikey. You're a good mower. Bet you are. It's a fine art to be a good lawnmower. Right, let's have a look then. So you reckon, Bear, that this doesn't work with row crop? Let's find out. Right, so they've got that out. See if we can set up a course. Work with, I want to set the work with 9 meters. I'm gonna do 3 headlands. How many we did down there, but 3 should be good. Start work on the headlands. Smooth. Up, down. Yep. We're not going to skip. We're going to plant the whole field with soybeans. So I want to do, actually I want to do up round direction. I want longest edge. We want to do manual, and we want to set that to 90. That goes 100% horizontally. Generate fieldwork course. Let's see what happens. This technique is a bit random though. Doesn't matter, as long as the job gets done right. See what happens. It's thinking. Well, that look right. That looks right to me. I'm happy with that. 3 headland passes and all the rows starting here. Go to first waypoint and see what happens. Start it up. It's planting. Seeds going down. Soybeans are planting. Let's jump out and have a look. Dark there, yeah. Seems to be working for me, Bear. I haven't updated anything either. I wonder if it was the, maybe it was the planter. Was it the planter combo you had? I don't know. Interesting. Right. And put this over in the other field, and then we'll go back and get the other planter. I'm going to have to be very precise about how I set the next rows up. Interesting. Don't I want to plant the headlands last? No, I was going to do the headlands first. Go down this end. I think we're not starting in the middle. Why would I want to do the headlands last, Scooter? I'm just trying to think. I'm not discounting your suggestion. Think of pros and cons for it. My thoughts. I mean, it doesn't matter for me. So what I guess what I need to make sure I do is that the planter. So the benefit would be, I can see a benefit here. The benefit would be I could come down and start planting straight away by doing the second rows behind it. That would be where the benefit would exist. Now I'm going to have to wait for that planter to do 3 laps before I can start planting the other stuff, because I need the other rows to be planted before I can get in there. So yes, you're probably right. So you don't drive over what you've already planted on the headlands. Well, it wouldn't matter either way, would it? Because, oh, when you've planted, I need to see what you're saying. So I've heard, you're talking about a realism type thing, aren't you? I've heard conflicting advice on that. That some people say you plant the headlands first and then run over the headlands to avoid planting into a compacted ground. Whereas if you plant the headlands last, from all the turning on the headlands, the ground will be compacted and you're not going to get as good a seeds for your headlands. I don't know. I don't know the correct answer. Don't know. We always, like here in New Zealand, every field I've ever planted and seeded with something, it's always headlands first. So anyhow, open to learning more. Right, sorry, I'm just trying to think of this here. I want to do longest edge. Otherwise, there's lots of turning going on. If there's less turning, that'll do. Right. First way. Yes, first waypoint. But yeah, it would have been good from a workflow point of view, because I'd be able to get in there and start, but I've got to wait for these rows to be planted before I can get in there and try and plant with the other one. You don't have to do it, so it's all good. It is all good. Do you know the Floyd, the boys often ask about you after meeting you at the field days? Like, is Floyd in your stream today? Say hi to Floyd from us. There you go. Hello from my boys to you. Right, let's get this up and going. What I might actually do now, thinking about it, Scooter, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to let that guy finish planting 1 lap, and then I'm going to go and start him at the nearest waypoint on one of the up and down rows. Then I can at least get started, and we can come back and then finish off the headlands afterwards. I reckon that's going to be the best deal. That is going to work much better. Right. This guy's going all the way down the other end of the field. I can see the planter just over there above us, getting around, so. In fact, instead of sitting here waiting for this, I'm going to grab this tractor and head on down. Nice to have you all here. I hope you're enjoying things. Of course, we are the entree. What is the main course of the Farm Sim guy with his contractor multiplayer session a little bit later on. He seems like he's got an awesome crew lined up to get in there and tackle a whole lot of silage on Calmston Farms. So if you wait, I think he's got a episode of the contractor going live in about an hour. If it's half an hour long, then you don't need to start watching it till 9:30 or half an hour before his live stream anyhow, so you can hang out with me for a little bit longer. Don't all dash off to go and watch what he's done. And then you can go straight from an Argsy stream to a FSG contractor episode to an FSG contractor stream. And that's, what more could you ask for on a Saturday from an entertainment point of view? Or a Sunday morning in New Zealand, if you're in New Zealand or Australia. Nowhere else would you get a hand cam for free either. Right. You don't have anything better to do. Don't lie. So that's the stop. So what? Because the other thing I was thinking of doing is only doing the inter-row planting in this section. So I'm going to have to figure out, once it's done the headland, so I'm going to have to pick one of these rows. Maybe that one there. It's a pretty much full row. Somewhere around here we'll start and go up and down and work our way across that way. And then we'll be able to follow through with the case. The unrealistic part of Farm Sim tabbing through vehicles. Right, here we go. If you're just tuning in and just joining us, welcome along to No Creek Farms and more row crop ready planting. We're just about to start our second experiment with full inter-row planting, intercrop planting, where we're going to have soybeans and corn growing in the same patch of land, and we're going to use a slight offset when I'm running my GPS to try and get that working. So we'll see how it all goes. It seemed to work out alright from our little sample test last week, so we'll see how this works out. If you are only just joining and just tuning in for the first time, make sure you drop a thumbs up. I do appreciate you doing that, and yeah, feel free to comment, ask me any questions. If you've got any questions about the Hori farming vehicle control system we've been using the last wee while, feel free to fire those away. I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, shoot the fat. Happy to answer anything. Hello Mark, how are you? Are you delayed, or have you been mulling over that comment for the last 5 minutes? How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Right. Now, so we're going to get up here on our next row, and we'll get this all going on another section. Must be delayed, you were lurking. And working. Ah, the life of a farming contract, $1,500 wage payment for an hour's work. I'm in the wrong line of business. Right, I'm going to stop that there. It's going fine now. Return. Hey, why can't I see? Oh, did I just clear the course? No, I didn't, did I? No! Right. We should be able to recreate that exact same course if I go and park in about the same starting location. Humbug. Up, down, manual, 93 headlands. Right, let's try and generate that again. Ah, I was trying to turn the eyes on so I could see the course. Wrong button. Hey, DK, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Does the hoary wheel fit into the Thrustmaster disc clamp the farm stick comes with? Absolutely not. Nope, it's way too wide. But in saying that, it is a much flatter steering wheel than a lot of other ones. So while it's not quite as flat as you can make the Thrustmaster one, it does sit quite flat as it is. Not too bad. Right. Looks alright, doesn't it? Click the right button this time, Argsy. Go and find what we're trying to do. Alright, that one there pretty much full length. If I don't do that one, which one am I looking at? Am I looking down that one? Do this one here, I think. Right. So, nearest waypoint. Turn those off. Okay, I might keep on showing me the next. It won't show me the next ones because it doesn't know where the next one is just yet. Here we go. Alright. Turn that off now. So that should be good to go. Down. Yeah, it's going to be a full pass. So that's going to be a good chunk, isn't it? It's going to give us a good chunk of land done. Right. Let's go and find this one. That was easy. Who's driving with their covers open? Not me. I'll start getting something folded and try and get it set up. 1-0 PC, indeed, 1-0 Courseplay. How's FSG going? He's good, Floyd. He's good. Can't sit as close to the desk with the Thrustmaster, and that's true. That's true. I'm lucky that my desk is actually quite shallow, so my screens aren't too far away. Plus, if I did want to, these are all... Ooh, no, I've just broken my camera. But I can move my mounts, my monitors. I could bring it closer if I wanted to. Right, now, so let's try and set this up before we go too far. GPS on. Oh, I don't want to do that. Right, let's get this set up. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's load that course there, because that should... No, it didn't set our width. I wanted to try and get our width set now. I'm going to figure this one out. Hey Aaron, how you doing? Good day all. I have the Logitech farm set up, and after seeing the Hori, I'm thinking to upgrade. My big issue with the Logitech is it feels cheap and flimsy. How does the Hori feel? I've been impressed with it so far. That was my biggest worry with it too, Aaron, as it did look a little bit cheap. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's all got a really good feel to it. All the joystick buttons all feel real positive to touch. This has got a rubber coating on the edge. It just, yeah, it's not flimsy at all. Like, that's really firmly, in fact, you know, I'm shaking my desk, just wiggling the mount around there. So yeah, everything just works really well. The horn, I haven't experienced the Logitech setup, so I can't compare, but yeah, so far I've been impressed with it. Alright, I'm going to do this because I want to double check. Control S, auto width this, 28.87 feet is the width of this one. Hopefully that will work. I now go to the other one and set it to the same width. Right, I can get this down to the same width. Bearing in mind 20, that should do, shouldn't it? Right. 8.5 as close as I'm going to get. Eight. Might just have to do. I do wish that you could do it in meters for guidance steering. Wish I had a meters option. Yeah. Hey Scott, how you doing? Good to see you. DK's got the Hori set up and is enjoying it. Good to hear, mate. Pleased to hear that. Does anyone want to buy a Logitech farm setup? I think there's going to be a few of those on the market, Aaron. Right. Let's see if I can get this set up now. Of course, going from Courseplay to GPS is not going to be the nicest and easiest thing to do, but we're going to give it a shot. So, take a look. We go there. I'm going to go across a little bit, don't I? Much easier when I did this manually and planted one row and then offset the GPS to do it the other way, but we're going to give this a shot. Alright, what do we reckon? So now, if I go into GPS, I want to use A plus heading. So from here, and our heading is going to be 90, and set cardinal, and go back and turn on our lines. And it looks like I've got a little offset on that, which I don't want. Why can't I clear the offset? Oh, there's a that one there. Set the offset. Looks like it's going to put it right down. Oh, because I've got the width set narrow, don't I? Alright, let's just power things up. See what happens here. Right, I need to be over a little bit further. I've got the row. What have I done? In fact, because if I spin around, are those blue lines right on top of a row? Just about, so I need those blue lines. I need the white line actually not on top of a row. Then if I put my wheels, front wheels, what, there? The science behind this. Ugh. For science. For science, right. See A, and you're hitting a 90 from there. Feel like, oh, that hasn't changed the white line. Ooh, what do we reckon? Go back just a touch. Once more. There we go. What do you reckon? That's pretty centered there. That's pretty centered there. Alright, let's try that again. Lower it down. Power it up. What do I want to press to zoom in? No, I'm planning on top. That's no good. I was better off first time. Oh, stop folding it up, Argsy. Hey Rusty, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Spent your Christmas bonus already, Scorp. New mouse, NVMe, and an office chair. Now, I'm actually making the assumption that these are both set up to exactly the same heading, same row spacings. I also didn't actually turn my GPS on the last one either, did I? What button did I set up for that last time? No, not that one. Oh. Nope. Still no good. What do I might try? Let's try this. Just steer until I get to a point where I'm not getting that crop destruction texture. Like about there. No. No. Oh, it would have been so much easier using GPS. Why did I do it like this? Why? Alright. Try this again. Set A, set cardinal. Nope. What's the definition of there's a saying for this, isn't it? Doing the same thing over and over and over with the same result. I could do it with just, once I get the GPS set up, I could just do an offset course. Alright, how's that doing? No. Right, let's just try that then. Let's just try putting an offset on it. Is that winning? Nope, too far. Half of that is an offset. So of course 30 inches is 1.5 feet, isn't it? No, it's not more than that. How about now? Well, it doesn't look right. Looks like that one's going right on top. No, that was where I was before. Alright, I reckon that's it. I'm not touching anything else. Let's just go for it, see what happens. Oh, hang on, am I getting some? Right. Oh goodness. A little bit through the middle there. Are my rows just not the same width, or what's the story? I just kind of feel trying to use two different planters is not going to work, which is a bummer. You know what I should have done? I should have just left the other one planting. Right, Rusty, how are you, mate? How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. This worked really good last week. Now I just feel embarrassed because it's not working as well as it had. I feel like it's the planter. I think the planter, because I'm using two different planters, the rows just are slightly different. I bet you that's it. That'll be the problem. Right, how far across has this guy got? Right, we're going to make a change again. We're going to stop. We're just going to do this section. I'm going to do it with this planter, and we're going to leave this guy to come in and finish doing what he's doing down here. So, turn that off. Lift it up. Yes, the other one's working on Courseplay. No problem at all, Bear. Running like a charm. Running like a charm. Oh, page up and page down you can shift. That's a good point. I've actually got some dash set up here running as well. Finish farmer, I could do it that way too. Right. You tap that way. It'll lift up. Right. You go and carry on your work over here, mate. Right, I want you to pretend like you've just finished your third headland pass. So, if anyone's wondering why I'm doing it this way, that is what I'm doing. As it finishes its third headland pass, it should then go and start on the up and down rows all the way up in here. Does that, it'll be out of my way. It's still planting. Should get to just past here. Lift up. Here we go. And it should go and find its rows that it's going to do next. Okay. Does those little bits in there, and then it'll go and do the other parts. Right, let's leave that one to it. Let's go and set this up again. Oh. Means I also need to go and reset that offset for now, because this is going to be doing all our work. Holy hecker, Argsy, what are you trying to do here? You get a parallel and as close to it as I can. Right. Let's set our GPS up from there. We'll do it the same way we were. Set A, set 90, set cardinal, and then we'll be able to do our offset. What are you doing? Coming in to say hello. Yeah. Floyd's around. You should say hello to Floyd.
Hi, Floyd.
Oh, and number 2's coming to have a say now too.
Hello.
Alright, goodbye. Alright. Turn it on. Lower it down. GPS on. Let's go planting. Corn first, because I know what I'm doing. And we'll carry on. And then we'll just have to keep an eye on that other planter. Make sure it goes and does what it's meant to be doing. Looks like it's heading... No, oh, it left the course. Ah. One thing, it's another. Set 90 and shift. Yeah, I'll do the shift for when we change between crop types. Finish farmer. Right. Let's see, where is this guy meant to be going then? Plant all the way down the end. Do these ones. Going away from me, so I must go all the way down the end. Work its way back. You gave Christmas to 164 kids. Rusty, you are a legend for doing that. I know you've done it every year for quite some time now, and it's kind of become your baby. Taking a real hands-on approach to that, and that is awesome. You're a legend. Such a great initiative, and great to see you carrying it on too, even though you're not part of the force anymore. And 1 year in the case business, in the parts and farming business, mate. So that must be an awesome, awesome milestone. Get down there. Ah, no, picked up the headland. I don't want it to do the headland. What? No, that's interesting. Oh, hang on. What? Oh, these ones are going back that way. Ugh. Courseplay sometimes. Right. It did go to the right spot. Where do these ones jump on and off from? Sometimes it's just easier to do things yourself, isn't it? There. One goes that way. Ooh, which one is that? Is it that one there? No, it's that one down there. In here, right. That'll be it. And then it's going to go to the left. Is that right? Yes. There it goes. See the left path. Right. Right. Let's get back to it. Smoking up some good old grub, dropping the beats with your kiwi bud, throwing up a like and maybe sub. You know you like it, don't be a scrub. Ginger Ninja, how you doing? Why are you planting corn and the workers planting soybeans on the same field? So, what I'm trying to do, Ginger Ninja, is I'm trying to interrow these. So, we did it on this field over, you can see I've started doing it there and it didn't work too well. I'm doing it on this field over here, where, because we're row crop ready, I can plant corn in one part and soybeans in between. It's a little bit of an experiment. I want to see how it works. It seemed to work a little bit in the other field, so I'm going to try it on a bigger scale here. But that's why I'm planting corn and soybeans. We'll change over to soybeans and plant those in between in just a while. So we'll see. See how it all works out. It's a bit of an experiment. It's a bit of a play around. I'm not too worried if it works or doesn't work. So see how it goes. Do you want a cartoon? It feels like a bit of a cartoon movie at the moment, DK. Thank you. Rusty, the not so secret Santa. Ain't that right, Scorp? Last year's been a challenge, but a great experience. Good man. Good to hear it. Is there a New Zealand supply for the Hori setup, Argsy? Not that I know of yet, Bo. Amazon Australia, you can get it through that with free shipping, but it's pretty pricey. I don't know how it compares to the retail price, but... Other than your wife, Rusty, has the biggest heart you've witnessed. You had to say that too, didn't you, Scorp? But you are right. And so humble as well. Hope it works out. So do I. So do I. Got to run for now, but it was great to catch a stream. If I don't see any of you again before Christmas, hope you have a great one. Likewise, Bear, thank you again for your support, mate. And like we said before, congratulations on that awesome, awesome achievement with your weight loss. That is, it's inspirational, and I hope your little story can help inspire others to do the same. Oh, right, now that's the problem I had last time. I've got to remember that. Because if I have steering angle on, it doesn't like it. Oh, what's our tank empty now? What one? And now I'm detaching things. What on earth are you doing, Argsy? That's the one thing I have got into a bad habit of. Is if I'm on one tool, getting stuck on the other one. And now, oh, that's the other thing I need to do. This is going to be disaster. Because I need to auto width this. I need to just plant it at the correct width of this planter. Bit of mucking around with what we were at. Right, there we go. Right, stop that for a second. Go and check the other. You're stuck. Everyone's just doesn't. No one wants to work. Like you've all had enough. Not well, Scott. You got smashed with the code for the first time. You've got lasted this long without getting it. You have done incredibly well, mate. Sorry to hear it smashed you though. Not fun times. Right, nearest waypoint. Crank that up again. I'll get going. And we can too. Alright. Yeah, that's not good, Scott. Yeah, it's not fun. That's for sure. Those lines look incredibly close. Offset, no offset. Okay. Now it's going to do. Still not had it yet, Bo. Good man. I know someone had tried everything they could to avoid it because they had a immuno compromised family member, but still found its way to their house. And going around again too. Case numbers have been pretty high, but I'm living with it, eh? Just living with it. Well, welcome along, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. If you're only just joining us, we are planting here in No Creek Farms with the row crop ready planters, the Case IH2150 from Custom Modding they released on their Facebook page to download for PC only as a row crop ready version. All three planter sizes, 12, 16 and 24 row options. I found that the 24 row is quite laggy. This 12 row works really well. The 16 row I haven't tried out, but definitely give it a go. If you are looking for row crop ready stuff, exclamation mark RCR, and that'll pop a link up to the Argsy Gaming website where I've collated all of the links I know of back to the original modders for maps and for planters. So go and give that a check out. If you're only just joining us, make sure you drop a thumbs up. It'd be much appreciated. And otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy me grappling and struggling here with row crop ready stuff. No, I think we're sorted now. I've got past my issues with trying to get GPS and everything to do what I wanted it to do. I don't think I planted that row far enough. That's the other issue. That's the other issue I find. Scooter, without having planted that headland, is when to raise and lower. So it's a little bit of a guessing game, but we'll see how we go. Catch you in a little under 5 minutes. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you in a little under 5 minutes. Hey, Farmson Bob, how are you? Quality evening for watching from FarmSim content. You're going to be a part of the next lot of FarmSim content, aren't you? I see you're in the, shall we say, the chosen few for FSG's community stream later on. One of the contractor crew, so looking forward to catching some of that. Would have been great to be part of. One, I don't have time, and two, I deliberately chose not to talk to FSG about doing it and left it to his community because I thought it was a pretty cool initiative to include your community. I know a lot of people will jump in and ask about how do I join and do that, so it's cool for FSG to be giving people the chance. And here he is, the dream team, indeed. Considering the interest, I reckon you'll be doing it a few more times, won't you, FSG? And we might do something next week. We were talking the other day about maybe jumping onto Aussie Farms next weekend, doing a joint live stream. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be epic, it is. There we go, thank you, Scott. There's a list of mods, all linked back to the original modders' creations. What are we at? 41 likes. If we can get to 50, that'd be epic. Great to have so many people wanting to play. Absolutely. No, it's very cool. I'm just the entree, warm up, the hors d'oeuvres before the main. You will soon, Bo. Are you telling Bo that he's going to get it and stop avoiding it, Rusty? You haven't got it yet, but I'm wishing you well before you do. Funny. Right, we'll just get turned around and then we'll worry about that other planter. So what I'm doing at the moment is, as I get towards the end of the row, I'm backing off the hand throttle and then using the pedals for maneuvering and turning. And that way I have a little bit more control rather than just having to adjust this in and out really quickly. Just means we can get things done. So, what are we up to? Oh yeah, they're getting through that. So we just have to make sure they don't get up to, may even let them plant. Oh no, planting over that won't do anything. We're just going to have a patch of corn in the middle there, which is a little bit frustrating. I could bring the cultivator over actually, and maybe that's worth it. COVID's worried what it would catch if I caught it. It's like Chuck Norris didn't get COVID, COVID got Chuck Norris. Hello Trevor, welcome along mate, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Good setup. I was saying before, I love the sounds on this tractor. Caceres Modding's Magnum. And this is one that you... Oh, I need to stop doing that because... not on cruise control. What I was going to say though, Caceres Modding Magnum MX series, you can download it from his website or itch.io page. This one has realistic sounds. There's one with base game sounds and this one with the realistic sounds. So pretty cool looking tractor actually. I did toy up with using the 8900, but we went here with the Magnum. Of course we could have gone with the AFS Connect Magnum, but we'd keep it a little bit old school. Only slightly though. Up until you had it was a running joke that you were a lousy host. Funny. How long's your video that's about to go live, FSG? I want to tell these folk how long they have to delay watching it for, but make sure they have enough time to watch it before you live stream. What is it, 25-30 minute video? Setting the scene for the contractors moving to Calmsden. 24 minutes, there you go. So you don't have to rush off if we go a little bit past 9 o'clock when his video drops to go and watch it. You can stay here and still have time to watch it before the live stream in just over an hour. Alright. Smooth, that one was smooth. Best corner I've done yet. Hey Wes, how you doing? Good to see you. We had a lot of fun. If you're only just joining the stream, we had a lot of fun planting this field. That was a blast actually. I really enjoyed the challenges of planting around these grass swales. As you can see, there's a few patches we didn't do, but that's just par for the course with the row crop ready stuff. Quite easy to miss a little bit or not get it, and it's very hard to go in and fill. It doesn't look like you've missed it though, that's the thing, because of the way these rows work. Cruise control. Because of the way these rows work, it's not always obvious. Just thinking, because I don't have precision farming on, do I? I was going to say, it's interesting that that other seeder or planter ran out of fertilizer, but like I said, we're not using precision farming, so no way to know. Rode along and came for a bit. And we went for a drive last night and went and checked out some of the Christmas lights around the city. A couple of really cool streets where quite a number of the houses in the street have gone and done it, and there was just people everywhere. It was a beautiful night to be out. Nice and warm, calm, no wind. That was very cool. Good to see. Kids loved it. A few lollipops and things like that. A lot of effort's gone into some of them too. Yeah, like I said, the one street, pretty much every house, there's probably half a dozen houses which had just a few lights and sort of just to be a part of it, but maybe didn't want to be fully involved, and then there was only a couple of houses which had nothing. Downside to our summer Christmas is that you've got to wait till about 9 PM to be able to go out and do something like that, for it to be dark enough. Alright, see we go on the turnaround just here. Hey Legend, how you doing, mate? No need to apologise whatsoever, my friend. Welcome along. Good to see you. I'm doing good. Doing good. I'll work for you on the oaks if you need anything. We're going to be getting into some busy harvest time soon. It was so much easier turning in this view rather than in the other one. I've replaced the, just replaced last night the cow barn, cow pasture, which it didn't go quite as smooth as I hoped it would. The fences around the cow pasture weren't part of the building, so I couldn't demolish them, so we've had to be a little bit creative. but it's worked out. Hey Scott, take care mate. Thanks for tuning in. Speedy recoveries. I hope you are feeling better soon. Appreciate you being here. Morning Shane, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm hovering just under the 50 viewers. It's awesome, and just almost at the 50 likes, which is just as cool. Make sure if you haven't dropped a thumb already on the video, make sure you do. It'd be cool to get over that 50. Nice little milestone. Right, just nervous about that other planter getting too far ahead of us. But they've gone, so they've finished that section. Now they're going down. What are they going to do? A little parcel 2 there. Then they're going to come back in and fill there. So they've got a wee way to go before they catch us completely. So we'll see how we go on Wednesday night for the live stream. We might even kick off a little bit earlier. We'll see how we go. And they have Mrs. Argsy and the kids are going to be away from Monday night, so while that'll give me a bit more time and flexibility to make a bit more content, also allow me to live stream a little bit earlier, so we'll see how we go. But it'll be cool to get as many people along to that. I don't expect to get 74 people interested like FSG had for his, but if we could get close, and obviously mine's on a not on a weekend, but if we could get to a full server, that'd be cool. Don't know what there'll be to do. We're 2/3 of the way towards the $100 million target on the map, so it'd be cool to get closer to getting that finished. I don't think we're quite going to get it done before Christmas like I hoped, but won't be too far away now. Am I converted to the wheel fully? Not quite, Legion. Not quite. I'm using the wheel on the live streams, which is cool. But still for content and playing on my own, I'm still stuck with sticking with the controller at this stage. More just out of almost familiarity, comfort, being able to keep my desk a little bit clearer, because this setup here, it's bulky, and I can't have the keyboard in front. It'd just make it easier not to have it there, so we'll have to think about what we do with that. Hold on a sec. Mrs. Argsy ringing. Funny. She's gone out for a walk with some friends and she's like, there's a couple of free to good home sawhorses on the side of the road. Do you want them? I was like, okay, I won't say no to a new sawhorse. You set the goal to have it finished by the end of the year. You reckon? Everyone waved to Mrs. Argsy. Hello, Mrs. Argsy. Virtual waves. Yeah, there's some phone calls that you do just take. Shane, how do you use auto drive to link combines with grain carts in FS19? You're still having issues, especially on West Aussie 16X. So the West Aussie 16X was really tough, Shane, particularly with the size of the fields. But the main thing to do, I'm assuming you do it, is that the combines have the weight point specified. So if you've got field 1 weight, grain cart weight, or whatever you've called the spot where the grain cart's weight, not the unload point, is that the combines have that in auto drive. That's the step a lot of people overlook. Is telling, and that's basically the link for auto drive to communicate with that combine to go, that combine's in the field, I need to go and find. A course around the outside of the field definitely helps too. That's a good call, Legion. Good when it's free, doesn't matter what it is. It depends how much space it takes up though, Scooter. New steering wheel. Sam, yes. This is courtesy of Hori. They sent this through to me to have a play with and test out and see what I thought, and I am suitably impressed. Horses for Courses case, the Thrustmaster Sim Task farm stick, awesome piece of kit as well, and works really well. I've just found this one, for me, just at the moment, has been just easier to set up and get running. So at the moment I'm not leaving it permanently on my desk. I take it off after the live streams and just use the controller. I still use the eSwap Forza controller. That thing there, it's very cool. It's got that little steering wheel in there. I know I've done a video on it, but that steering wheel is awesome. So that's still my go-to gaming device for most of the time. But yeah, the steering wheel is pretty cool for the live streams and for doing this stuff, row crop ready stuff. It was fun actually planting with this. I think I'm probably actually more accurate with the steering wheel than I would have been with the controller, so that was good too. Yeah, FSG's just done a video. So FSG's video he just did for auto drive for FS22, Shane, is still relevant. Pretty much everything you do for 22 is the same for 19, so maybe go give that a watch too. Flick out stand for the wheel. That's what I think Scooter suggested that too. He's got a desk that he can wheel in, like a little platform. I could get something like that too. Could work, where it goes in and out. At 48 likes, there must be 2 of you out there who need to hit the thumbs up. Work year has ended for you, Thomas, so no need to leave halfway through and turn into a pumpkin on Wednesday. Nice. Do you have to set up anything once you plug in the USB? Not really. I reset all the keybinds in game. So if you've got custom keybinds, I've reset them, and I've explained to people a few times how I do that. But I have 3 input binding files, and I just append the name for the descriptions. I've got one for Hori, one for Thrustmaster, one for controller. And before I boot up the game, I just take whatever I've appended onto the end of the input bindings, take that off, and that's the input bindings that will get used for that game, or that save, or no, that game, that instance of the game startup. So before I started up the game, well, I actually did it last night, but before I started up, I made sure I had the Hori input bindings as the default input binding. And once I'm finished, I'll probably switch that out, because tonight when I record a bit of Aussie Farms with FSG, I'll be using my controller. So I'll be swapping that out and using the controller one by default. And yeah, so that's the only thing I'm doing. But otherwise USB, it's real easy. Hori does have a companion app, and that's what you update your firmware through, so make sure you download and install that. It's all covered in the video I did reviewing it, if you want to go and have a look at that. Did I sort out the issue with the input config? Can you change that? See, I don't reckon you can, Legion. I haven't sorted it out any better than the system I'm using at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing it reads the input files once, and then that's why when you change a config, it asks you to save, because it'll rewrite that input XML. I'm guessing that is. Holy moly, there was a whole heap of you who hadn't left thumbs up. 55. Nice. Thank you, everyone. That's awesome. Managed to merge your G920 Xbox controller and Extreme 3D into one file. Yeah, that's where you can, if you've only got, like, if there's something you want to use, yeah, if you were smart about it, you could do that, Mark, because you've basically got 2 columns. So you could say, I only use the steering wheel or the controller for steering, so I don't need the joystick mapped to the steering. I use the joystick and the controller for loader work, so I don't need anything on the steering wheel mapped to that. So you can cross them over. Yeah, definitely can do that. Looking to upgrade your farming setup, Sam? Yeah, well, this would be a good option if you don't have a steering wheel. That's where I've said each one has its perks between the Thrustmaster and Like, I don't want to do it a disservice because, you know, I like my Thrustmaster stuff. So that's equally cool. Like, I like the buttons, you know, it's very clear what you do. That's your link, you've got a start button, you switch between things. Just some of the controls on that are really good. This one here, the reason I'd get this, if I was choosing between the two, the reason I'd choose the Hori setup is because it has the steering wheel included with it. So if you didn't have a steering wheel and you wanted to get a steering wheel and full sort of farm setup, this would be a good choice because it's all there. And it's also basically plug and play. It's very well configured, and they have some really good guides on their website about what all the button configs are. So from that point of view, it's a good choice. Now I'm just going to do this. Let's get my cruise control button, that wheel there. You can roll it up and down to change your cruise control speeds. But I just wanted to do that because I wanted to double check where that tractor had got to, and they're just about where we need them to stop. So we're just going to stop this for a second. Jump over here and stop them for a second. What I might do, just while we're doing this, I'm going to put them onto the headlands so they can finish that. They missed a row in there. I know why they missed a row in there. That would have been when they've turned around here and done this planting effort. Would have been the problem with that. Right, let's go on to nearest waypoint from this one. We'll let them go around and do their 2 headland passes and tidy up that part of the field too. Here we go. Right. We can carry on. So the idea with this field, if you're only just joining, put our cruise control back on, is we've planted half in soybeans. What I wanted to do was offset the planter and plant soybeans and then corn on top. I was trying to do it with using the Courseplay on this tractor and then using this planter, but I think the setup for these planters is just slightly different on the width of the rows, so it wasn't working. So what I've done is I've planted from here across to here, we'll do in corn, and then I'll come back and using this planter with this GPS, we'll do the interrow. We had a little trial of it last week over in this field for a couple of rows and it worked really well, so fingers crossed it's going to work pretty well here, but I don't think we're going to get it to it today because we're running out of time. We'll see. See how we go. Each controller has a different ID in the file, does it? But the file can only deal with 3 controllers. When you say it can only deal with 3, like when I look at... I'm looking here at gamepads, mine's only got 2. Have you been able to add a third one in like this, Mark? Have you done that manually, or how have you done that? I'm curious. Or are you doing what I said, where you'd have one that'd be sort of interchangeable, where you might have steering wheel and controller on one side and joystick and controller on the other side, and sort of overlap them? Bring you on Discord. You want to explain it to me now? I'll go through it later. You can explain it to me later. Alright. We'll have a chat about it at some stage. Well, Thomas is keen to learn as well. Are you free now, Mark? If you're free now and you want to explain it to everyone, I can get you on stream and you can explain it. Just whether I need to be able to share anything or not. So you can actually open the inputs XML as into Excel as a CSV type file. Okay, all good. I'll have a chat to you at some stage. You have at least 6 controllers mapped in the file, but they have to live in the 2 columns. Right. That's what I thought it was like, 2 scooter, but Mark's saying there's 3. That's right. I'll have a chat to you at some stage about it, Mark. Sort it out. Where's that other tractor going? I'm going to not be on cruise control. That's the one thing I don't like with this throttle thing is it stops moving when you tab out. If I was on cruise control, it'd be fine, but... You managed to work out as you only have 3 controllers, right? Sam's question, top 3 maps so far for FS22. Whew. Top 3 only. It's, what would I say are my top 3 so far for FS22? I would have to say... Elk Mountain. I'm going to put that right up there. Considering when that map came out, it was a well-crafted map that had a lot of detail in it, so I have to say Elk Mountain. Oaks, Spring Creek and Rocky Mountain for you, Mark. Good call. Oaks is nice. Visually the Oaks is nice. There's a few little things I think that could be improved on, and I know Farms and Briscoe is making some improvements to it, so I'll be interested to see what will happen for that. I'm going to definitely say, I haven't played on it, but definitely say Court Farms, just again for those reasons that it's a visually beautiful map and very accurate. More so now that I've been to the UK and driven around Scotland with FSG and seen some of the countryside, and you actually get a new appreciation for those maps to go, wow, that's actually what it's like there. I don't know why it wouldn't have been, why I wouldn't have thought that, but it's actually what it's like. Mark's trolling. Renaboo's definitely up there. Renaboo's definitely up there. Renaboo would be a firm choice when Ola gets his buildings all done for it. And I know he said he's still working on some of those. What else can I say? Yeah, I'd written a list. Here's my list. Again, that'll stop. No, I'll find my list later. So many good maps. This is an interesting one for me, Sam. I'm really enjoying Lands of Italy. Again, visually it's a cool, great map. The farmyards are really nice. The layout of it's really cool. From a small fields type map, it's fantastic. And like I said, I'm having a blast playing on it. For whatever reason, the 5 Minute Farmer is from a viewer perspective, is an abject failure. Just, it doesn't get any views. But I'm going to carry on with it. I'm having fun. That's why I'm doing this stuff. Not doing it for multiple views or anything like that. And I still want to play it, so even if I turned it into a solo play series and I just did it on my own time, it's a good one just to jump in, play for 40 minutes and get a little bit done. It's been good. So I'm going to keep it going. People can watch it if they want to. People don't have to watch it. But from a map point of view, it's a beautiful little map. When you started to play that map a week ago, it's okay. There's a few little things here and there with some of the terrain and that sort of thing, which I don't like. Could have been done better, but generally speaking, it's a pretty cool little map. Right, we'll go for another 10 minutes or so just to get this field at least finished over to the edge of the headlands, and then we can come back and finish it off next time with the last of the soybeans and things like that. Throttle that off. Lift that up. Ugh, don't want to go too far backwards. Alright. You go. Because you're on Courseplay and you're not going to wait for me. I know how it is. Most innovative mod so far in 22 that should be considered for base game and next farm sim. That's a good call too, Legion. I'd add this. I'd say row crop ready. Definitely row crop ready. What else? Time saving stock check. Terrafarm? Yeah, Terrafarm scooter, that's a good call. Time saving stock check, yes. I think there needs to be. I think they went backwards in the way that they managed the inventory and stock from, I think FS19 was easier to keep track of things. There's something like time saving stock check, yes, as a base game type feature, that'd be awesome. The Detonator. Gotta be guidance steering. Easy dev. Guidance steering for console. Always said it. Always keep saying it. That's something like Dusty Lands. I know some people like it, some people don't. Again, if it was done by the game developers in their engine and they had more flexibility to hard code it in, they could probably make it look even better than it does. But Dusty Lands would be pretty cool. Critters. Photo mode's an interesting one, Mark. I hadn't really thought about that, but that'd be a good call. People love some of the other games like Grand Theft Auto and Gran Turismo and those other ones which have a photo specific mode where you can actually go in and craft a screenshot, craft an image. That'd actually be a good call. Proceed. Manure system. Here's a question, is pumps and hoses or something like that going to become a base game mod? We're out of fertilizer. When did I run out of fertilizer? How long ago? Only just. Alright. Avert your eyes. 1,500 litres went in, so we'll make that 2 grand. Relight, yeah. There's some pretty good ones there, good suggestions. He's telling Margaret. Cheat! Round of bales, time saving stock check. Some real good quality life. There's so many quality life ones I use all the time that I don't even think about either. Some of the features of production revamp. There's some good calls there, Lumberjack. That's the problem, there's actually too many. Most of the stuff offered as expansion will become base game next. The only difference, pumps and hoses, possibly Thomas's, it was a third party mod, so be interesting to see what happens. You should be able to shoot flying deer out of the sky. Too many clever people. There is too many clever people. There's probably not many clever people, Mark. Watch out for those people running around with meat cleavers. Is that what FSG is going to be? He's going to shoot the deer out and then run around with a meat cleaver. Unit convert should be base game. So I need to get my head around the state controller that Thunder's released, because that sounds, from what I understand, that sounds very cool. Where you can have a grain silo complex where you can put it into effectively into a auger, or like you unload and then you tell it which bin it needs to go to, or which bin you pull out of or something like that. State controller does look awesome. I just need to figure it out. It's the wine speaking. You shouldn't be operating heavy equipment if you've been drinking, Mark. You know better than that. Alright, well, let's go. So how am I does that? Got one more headland pass to do. What I might do, I might leave that, make this our last pass. We're just about at 9:30. What I do need to do, and I'm going to do it now while I remember, and that's going to stop, is, remember what field number this is, 21. F21. F21 planter. Corn. Oh, no, we'll just call it F21 planter, doesn't matter. Add that there. That's still our selected one. And then we'll be able to load that up next time when we come in and plant our soybeans. Oh, here I was hoping we'd be able to skip forward and actually do something else, but whew, it's a planting marathon. Got that one field to go there. Am I going to plant these little ones? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the hassle. We'll see. We're going to have a lot of corn though. Oof. A lot of corn. Things I don't want in the next farm sim. It's not the equipment that should worry, it's the traffic. Traffic needs to go. Oh, you can turn traffic off, Sam, so I think traffic's fine. Traffic needs to get smarter. If they can bring in the mobile traffic where it overtakes and things like that, I think that'd be awesome. I think that would be pretty cool. Alright, we're going to have some pretty interesting inroads there because I've got a little bit out of kilter a few times, but there we go. Let's just spin this around to 180 and we're going to park it up here on the headlands. Then when we come back next time, whenever that might be, at the moment, we're a little bit up in the air. Might be a bonus stream sometime during the week. Could even be a stream maybe next Friday morning New Zealand time because I will be off work. So we could do something bonus then. We'll see what happens. There we go. That is us done. Good chat. A lag. A lag would be nice, wouldn't it? People complained about traffic and the interaction in FS13s, and then they killed it and made them into tanks. Where's the most lethal traffic? Flint Hills. Remember those cars? They would just bowl you for 6 in no time whatsoever. Very funny. Right. I think on that note, we're going to wrap things up. Has my camera been all out of whack since I knocked it? Sorry, folks. You only got part of me in the screen. Anyhow, that's us for today. That was a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that. Thank you everyone for hanging out. 58 likes. We were sitting around close to 50 viewers for a long time in that stream. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in and enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying it. And that's about all. Go check out the contractor video that FSG's released, and I'm going to be hanging out and chat in his stream in about half an hour. So hopefully we can see you there. Can we get 1,000 viewers into his stream? That'd be pretty cool if we can. But let's go and see. Be there, or you won't know if he does or not. But yeah, we'll be live during the week. If you can come and join in for the Midwest Horizon, jump on Discord, download the mods. We'll be streaming from there during the week too. If you're on holiday, if you finished work, anything like that, come in and join us. It'd be a lot of fun to have a big group on there. But yeah, take care everyone. You enjoy the rest of your weekend. Appreciate you all. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a very safe and Merry Christmas, celebrating with friends, family, and a Happy New Year as well, just in case you can't tune in next week. But keep an eye out. We'll see you soon. I'm out of here.